Let's take one more. Inhale. Hold the breath at the top. Exhale through the nose, nice and slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next inhalation, if you have a prop beneath you, go ahead and remove it and just hug the knees into the chest. We're lying on our backs. Give yourself a hug, wrap the arms around the knees, rock side to side. Keep the breath though, so let's not lose that focus or lose the rhythm that we just kind of created together. So inhaling and exhaling. And then lift the legs up towards the ceiling so you can point the feet. Stretching through the front of the legs, the shins, the ankles. And then flex the feet. Get a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Rotate the feet out, get any of that stagnant energy out. And then take happy baby. Either reach for the back of the knees or reach for the feet. But ensure the spine is pressing into the mat. So lengthening here. Tuck your chin even. Start to press the head back into the mat. Draw your belly up and in. Draw your mula bandha, your bathroom muscles up and in. Maybe you want to straighten the legs out or rock side to side. You have 2 more breaths. You have 1 more breath. And go ahead and hug the knees back into the chest. Extend the left leg long. Keep the right knee into the side body. When removing, pose on the right, ascending colon. Deep inhale through the nose. As you exhale, pull the knee into the body. Point the opposite toes. Create the opposition in the length. And then when you're ready, spinal twist. Gaze opposite direction than that knee. Breathing. 1 more breath. And mosey on back onto the back and switch the legs out. Extend the right leg long, hug the left knee in. When removing, pose other side. Descending colon. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, pull the knee into the body, point the opposite toes, create some length. And then when you're ready, spinal twist. A couple breaths here, just waking up. Not just mentally waking up, but waking up our bones, waking up our muscles, waking up the prana, the energy, the breath within us. And then onto the back again, hug both knees into the body. Begin to rock and roll a couple times forward and back until you can get enough momentum to come up to standing forward fold. So once you get into your forward fold, maybe you grab opposite elbows. Maybe you interlace the hands behind the back. Maybe you wrap the hands behind the calves or the heels. Breathing. So draw the belly up and in. Hinge a little bit more forward into the toes. So we create a little more awareness and balance within the feet. Good. 1 more breath. Go ahead and switch the hands. So if you have opposite elbows, interlace behind the back. Good. Bend your legs as much as you need to. Relax your head. Think forehead towards your shins. No wrinkles in the back of the neck. 1 more breath. Deep inhale. As you exhale, release the hands down and just roll up nice and slow. So vertebrae by vertebrae. As you come up, the head will come up. Continue the arms up. Look up at the hands. Exhale, draw it through to heart center. Take a moment, just set your intention for your class, for your day. Be kind, be grateful, be present, be here. I am. And then release the hands, release the intention, Tadasana pose. Open the eyes, inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway. Pinch those shoulder blades, nice straight spine. Bend the legs if you need to. Good, exhale, fold. 1 more time, inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, walk the feet back, downward facing dog, upside down V with the body. So you want to try to create some opposition, not too much weight in the upper body, not too much weight in the heels. So press the heels down towards the mat. Lift the hips up by pressing the hands away from the mat. So you're lengthening through the arms and the chest. Good, you guys look great. Come up high on the toes. Drop the heels over to the right. Inhale, high on the toes. Drop the heels over to the other side. Just concentrate and make your mind blank. Inhale, high on the toes. Bend the knees as if you're hovering, child's pose. And then inhale, straighten the legs, lift the hips, press the heels down, dog. Right leg comes up. Inhale. Bend the leg, drop the foot, lift the knee, open up. So check your opposite heel. Make sure you're rooting and pressing down through it. Circle out the knee that's in the air. Get into that hip socket, the hip joint. Try to maintain the integrity in the hands and the shoulders. And then inhale, straighten the legs, square it off. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Round the spine, tuck the chin. Good. Inhale up. Bring it all the way through, dragon pose. There we go. So you can stay on the hands. You can kind of look around, see what everybody else is doing, get some inspiration. Drop down to the elbows if that feels good. The back knee can be up or down. You can also reach for the back foot. Lots of different variations here. You have 2 more breaths to explore. Breathe. 1 more breath. Bring the hands back to the mat. Heel toe the foot in. Drop your back knee. Half monkey. So straighten the front leg as you hinge over. Lead with your heart. Think nice, straight, long spine. Good. Flex the foot. You're going to stretch the back of the leg. Maybe you drop the toes down and stretch again through the front of the leg, the shins, the ankle. 1 more breath. Inhale, rebend the front leg. High plank pose. Let the front foot join the back. You can always tap the knees down, but make sure your shoulders are in line with the wrists. Fingers are spread wide. Draw the belly up and in. Draw the ribs in. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. Breathe. Gazes forward. Neck extends out from the spine. 1 more. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Same thing other side. Bend the leg. Drop the foot. Lift the knee. Circle it out. Check your opposite heel. Root it down. Reverse the rotation. Keep breathing. Inhale, straighten the legs, square it off. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Inhale up. Bring it through, dragon pose, other side. Foot comes to the outer edge of that left hand. So whatever you did yesterday, try to take it, or yesterday, on the other side, try to take it here. So maybe drop down to the elbows, maybe reach for the back foot. Breathe. 1 more breath. Bring the hands back to the mat. Heel toe the foot in. Again, high plank pose. Breathe. 2 breaths. 1 breath. Downward facing dog. Inhale the same leg, left leg up. Bring it through, low lunge. Drop the back knee down. Hinge over that front leg, half monkey. Couple breaths. So again, maybe you drop the toes down, maybe you flex the foot. 1 more breath. Inhale, rebend the front leg, back foot joins the front. This time, fold forward, top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Roll up nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head arrives, continue the arms up overhead. Exhale, draw it in, heart center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Step, hop, float, low plank. Inhale through your cobra or maybe up dog. Honor your space. Exhale, bring it back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step, hop, or float, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale up, nice big breath. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step, hop, float, high, low. Inhale, cobra or up dog, roll the shoulders down and away. Nice, exhale, downward facing dog. A breath again through the nose. Exhale, let it go. 3 more. Inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step, hop, float, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold, root to rise. Inhale up, nice big breath. Maybe you go back. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step, hop, float to your low plank. Inhale through cobra, tops of the feet to the mat. Exhale, down dog. Moving on to the next 2. Look between the hands, step, hop, float, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Again, inhale up. Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back halfway. Plant the hands, low plank. Knees, chest, chin, always an option. Inhale through cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. 1 more. Look between the hands as you inhale. Float forward as you exhale. Flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come on up. Maybe close the eyes. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. In through the nose. Press your heels down. Lift your hips up. Press your chest back. Feel the opposition. Feel the stretch, but also the power in this pose. Resetting. 1 more breath. All right, inhale, look between the hands, step, hop, float. We'll do 2 sun salbis. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold, or variations of. Inhale up. Exhale, heart center. We'll make it a little easier. Inhale, chair pose, sit down. So weights in the heels, sit back. Make sure the knees are not covering the toes, so you can see the toes. Good. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Draw the ribs in. 1 more breath. Nice, guys. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Right foot steps back, left low lunge. Drop the back knee, top of the foot. Arms come up as you inhale. As you exhale, frame the front foot. Take it back, down dog, or high to low plank. You can choose. So if you want more intensity, you do your planks. If you want less, you go to down dog, which is still intense. Right leg comes up, inhale. Bring it through, low lunge. Back knee, top of the foot, release down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, arms frame the foot, high to low or down dog. Inhale through cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. So we're adding a whole other flow of chaturanga to your sun salbi. It's much more intense. Inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, float forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold, chair pose, sit down, Utkatasana. Again, draw the shoulder blades down away from the ears. Tuck the ribs in, tuck the navel in. Good. Weights in the heels, balls of the feet. The toes are free. 1 more breath. Exhale, stand tall. Tadasana. 1 more. Inhale, chair pose, sit down. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, halfway. Left foot steps back, right low lunge. Release the back knee, top of the foot, arms come up. As you exhale, frame the front foot, high to low or down dog. Like they know about you. Inhale, left leg high. Excuse me. Exhale, bring it through, low lunge. Back knee comes down. Arms come up as you inhale. As you exhale, they frame the front foot, high to low or down dog. Sometimes the pace alone is too challenging. So just take out the chaturanga, go straight to down dog. Inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step, hop, or float, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold, chair pose, sit down. Draw that belly button up and in and back. Good. One more breath. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Let's move on. We're nice and warm. Inhale, flat back, halfway. Step up, float, high, low, and then press yourself back up into high plank. So let's feel this pose here. Protraction of the shoulder blades. That's separation of your scapulas or your shoulder blades. So you're rounding out through the upper body. As you do that, draw your ribs in. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your ankles, and press energy through the heels. Good. One more breath. Right hand comes into the center, Vashisthasana, side plank. Drop the bottom knee if you need. Lift the top leg if you'd like. Do anything in between. Hand that's in the air, let's shift it forward. The palm faces down, inner rotation of the shoulder blade. Good, draw the belly in, lift the hips a little higher. High to low plank or stay in high plank. Again, choosing intensity, co-creating your practice, your life. Left hand center, side plank, other side, making conscious choices that serve you, not ego-driven choices. Lift the hips up a little higher, hand that's in the air goes forward, palm down. One more inhale. Exhale, low plank together. Exhale, lower down. Inhale through up dog. Maybe you pause, roll the shoulders down and away. Exhale, when you're ready, downward facing dog. Come back to the breath through the nose. Inhale. Let it go through the nose. Exhale. We want to keep that heat internal. So keep the breath in and out of the nose. As soon as we open our mouth, we release that heat. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Inhale high. Right knee, right tricep. Shift forward, think plank, working the core, working the upper body, working the focus. Inhale up. Bring it through, warrior two. Foot drops between the hands, back heel shifts open. Good, so shoulders in line with the hips. So try not to shift forward. Sit the sit bones down, lift the hip points up, integrity in the core. Shoulders are away from the ears. Lunge a little deeper, find your edge. Breathe into this. Slowing down after a little bit of fast-paced movement. Reverse the warrior, back hand, back leg. If you came out of that lunge, get back into it. Cactus the arm out to the side. Straighten the front leg, hinge back. And then triangle pose, hinge forward. You might have to shorten the distance of your feet. I like to shimmy that back foot in a little. Trying to align your torso, your upper body, on your front leg. So pull the shoulders back, hips forward without arching the spine. Snap the fingers. Rotate the wrist. Reverse. Bend that front leg coming right in into side angle. Maybe the hand stays down. Maybe you scoot the forearm to the thigh. Press your hips a little more forward. You guys are sticking your booties out. Good, breathe. Root to rise, sun warrior, back hand, back leg. One more time, side angle. This time, if you have a bind, go ahead and take it. The hand that's in the air starts to reach behind. The bottom hand reaches under. And then you can feel how you can open even more, pulling the shoulders back, tucking the hips forward. Release the bind, stay in your side angle, look down and launch into half moon. Take your time, move with breath, move with focus. Use a block if you need it. Same hips as triangle, they're stacking, they're opening. Bend your standing leg if it's a little wobbly or you just need a little more support in the pose. If you have the bind, go ahead and take it. You've got one more breath. Deep inhale. And exhale. Standing split, fold over the front leg, rotate that hip in. Again, bend your standing leg as much as you need to, especially if you need some support with the ground, but your arms aren't quite long enough. Bend the leg. Good. So the leg that's in the air, bend that. Take the right hand, which is the opposite hand, and grab the foot. See if you can pull the foot down and lift the knee up and get a nice stretch through the top of the front, that leg, quadricep. One more breath. Release the foot back up high, pyramid pose. Both heels rooting down. Even if the back heel isn't connected to the mat, you're energetically pressing it down. Shoot that front hip back. If you want to interlace the hands, root the feet first and then start to interlace. Maybe you want to reach behind for the back calf or thigh or knee. So if you have the hands interlaced and you want to take Superman, lift the back leg off the mat. If not, you're holding and breathing. Sometimes holding is harder. Our mind starts to wander. Breathe into that space. Don't let the mind take over. The practice of yoga is to have control and be able to focus and concentrate on what you're doing, no matter how bored, no matter how hard. Go ahead and release the hands. Walk it out, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold over to the left. The hands go. Pigeon the toes in, tuck the heels out. Shorten the stance if you need to. Take tripod headstand or Shirasana headstand here if you'd like. If not, walk the hands through the feet. Once you're there, shift a little more forward into the toes. Align the hips more. Good, draw the belly in. Nice, 2 more breaths. One more breath. If you're up, begin to think about the descend down. Go ahead and release the hands so they're under your chest. Left hand will stay under the chest. Right hand rotates up, rotating through the spine. Option to stay there or take the hand that's in the air, reach for the opposite inside crease, or maybe even just your shirt or your pants on your back. And then take the hand that's on the mat, which is the left hand, and grab the opposite leg. So you start to twist and rotate, kind of like a corkscrew with the spine. And there's different variations of how to do this. Do what you do kind of organically, intuitively. Shift a little more forward though. One more breath. And then as you exhale, start to move into the other side. So the right hand will come down. Left hand comes up. First we rotate and twist. And then the hand that's in the air just starts to reach behind. Wherever it lands is fine. Maybe you can hook it on a piece of clothing. The bottom hand, the right hand, grabs the opposite leg. Once you're there, twist, rotate, shift forward. Breathe. One more. And both hands come back down to the mat. Walk the hands towards the front. Heel toe that front leg out, so the right leg out, kind of like a dragon pose. And then back foot's gonna meet the front for a yogi squat. And draw the hips down, start to rotate the shoulders down and away from the ears, but maintain the integrity in the spine. So it's real easy just to kind of arch the back here. Can we knit the ribs? Can we connect with our deeper core muscles? All right, you can stay here, especially if this is challenging enough. You don't need any more intensity, stay. If you want more, come up about halfway. Press through your heels as you lift up. Work your glutes, your butt muscles, your quads. Good. Little tiny pulses halfway up. 8, 7, breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3. Draw your Mula Bandha in, your bathroom Kegel muscles. Okay, pause, pause, pause. Maybe you even want to reach your hands out. And then sit back down for your yogi squat. Close the eyes. See if you can focus on that third eye. Maintain that energy uplift with the Mula Bandha. One more breath. Relax your jaw. And then bring the hands to the mat, straighten the front legs, or straighten the legs. And if you want, you can kind of just rock side to side before you heel toe the feet together, coming into standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, sit down. Again, we're pressing, engaging the back body. Hands to heart center. Twist to your right, either right. We're going in both directions. Drop your butt down first. You'll feel it. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Press the hands into one another. Breathe. Inhale, back through center. Close the eyes if you need to. Exhale, twist to the other side. I like to close my eyes when I start to get fidgety or distracted or want to run or start to have these reactive thoughts. Come back to that breath. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana. Just close the eyes. Take a breath. Feel the energy. All right, inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Step, hop, float, high to low. Nice breath in here, guys. Inhale through cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Round the spine, hips stay up. Inhale up. Left knee, left tricep, shift forward. Think plank position. Knee is up. Good. Inhale high. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. So back heel parallel to the small of the mat, front toes 12 o'clock, knee in line. Arms are strong in opposite directions. Draw the ribs in. Good. Deep inhale. As you exhale, find your edge in the pose. So maybe you go a little deeper, maybe not. Breathe. One more. Reverse the warrior, backhand, back leg, but stay in your lunge. Cactus the arm out to the side. Straighten the front leg, go back a little more. Hinge forward, triangle pose. So again, hand falls wherever it lies. It's not about touching the floor. Walks are great because it creates length, expansion. Snap the fingers in the air. Rotate out the wrist. Reverse it. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen in your triangle. As you exhale, bend that front leg for side angle. Again, maybe that arm scoots up so the forearm rests on the thigh. Maybe it can stay right where it is. Extend the side angle. So hand that's in the air, let's extend forward. Palm is down. Good. Root through the feet, reverse the warrior. Back hand, back leg. And then as you exhale, right back down into your extended side angle, but option to bind here. So the hand that's in the air just starts to wrap behind. It can grab hands, it can grab a shirt, shorts, whatever you can. Pull the shoulders back, press the hips forward, and then draw the energy up and in. Last breath here. So release the bind, but stay exactly in that lunge. Look down at the front foot. How much control can you come into half moon? Lift the back leg. Press through your big toe. Stabilize those muscles in the feet, the foot, and the ankles. Flex the foot that's in the air. If you bound on the other side, which I don't think anybody did, go ahead and bind here. It's one more breath. Standing split, both hands drop, fold over the front leg. Keep the leg that's in the air lifting up. It probably goes higher. Unless you're squaring the hips, then it drops significantly. There's benefits to both. One's not superior or inferior. Bend the leg that's in the air. Opposite hand, the left hand reaches up and grabs the foot. Pull the foot down, lift the knee up. You might not get a lot of movement if you have a super tight psoas or hamstring or calf or thigh. They're all interconnected. Release, stay up, up, up. Pyramid pose, release the foot down, both heels rooting down. Even if the back heel is not on the mat, even if the front leg is bent, you're rooting into the mat. So if you interlace the hands, interlace here, again, switch up the grip. Whatever you took on the other side, just repeat it here. If you did Superman, you start to launch forward, lifting the back leg. If you're finding the stillness, come into the breath. Don't let the mind cause a reaction in the practice. You can sit with anything. Even if it's burning, even if it's hot, even if it's hard, you can breathe into that space. Go ahead and release the hands down, walk it out, wide-legged forward fold to the other direction. Slightly pigeon the toes in, tuck the heels out. This time crisscross the arms. So we're working both delts and scapulas at the same time. You can grab the thighs, you can grab the knees, you can grab the shins, you can grab the ankles. You can also just give yourself a hug. It just depends on the flexibility of your shoulders. Shift a little more forward into the toes. 2 more breaths. Draw the belly up and in. 1 more breath. Go ahead and release the hands. Walk it towards the front. Come into a dragon type position. And then back foot joins the front. Yogi squat, round 2. So options again, stay in yogi squat, work your twist or your bind, or take crow. So if you're taking crow, you're hugging the elbows in, you're bringing the knees in, you're lifting the feet up. If you're taking your bind, come back through center, work the other side. You have 3 more breaths. Two more breaths. Nice. If you've been holding crow, that's awesome. If you want us to come out, you can always take yogi squat where we are. That's where we're all joined. And then back through center for yogi squat. Release the hands, straighten the legs, heel toe the feet together, fold forward at the top. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale up, nice big breath. Exhale, draw it in, heart center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step, hop, float, high, low, and then press back up into high plank. And then low plank. And then high plank. And then low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take the right leg up. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Use your breath, guys. Inhale up. Right knee, right tricep, shift forward where we hold. If you want to take your arm balance, it's here. It's right now. 3, 2, 1. Inhale that leg back up. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Inhale up. Right knee, opposite tricep, hold it, side crow it. 3, 2. Fallen triangle, straighten that leg out. Take the left arm up and over. A little back extension here. Good. Both hands come down. Option to push up. If not, 3-legged down dog. Right leg comes high. Bend the leg, drop the foot, lift the knee. Flip the dog if you choose, or just stay trying to tap your neighbor over onto the left. Root those heels, lift the hips. One more breath. Bring it back, down dog, child's pose, or dolphin pose. 3 breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. We'll all come back into down dog. Same leg's gonna come up that we just did. Right leg high. Draw it in, knee to nose. Shift forward, bring it through, crescent lunge. Foot drops between the hands, back heel stays up. Square off the hip, so pull the front hip back, the back hip forward, but then press the sit bones, the tailbone down. Neutralize that pelvic area, bending the back leg may help. Interlace the hands behind the back. Drop the arms, lift the chest, expand through the front body. When you're ready, Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Hinge forward, release the hands or keep them bound. Lift the back leg off the mat. Dial in the hip that's in the air. So it's a deep inner rotation to the hip socket. The toes are facing down. Nice, Heba. Standing staff, pendulum the leg forward. Remember, you can always keep the leg bent or straighten it out. Pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dancer pose. Kick the foot behind, grab it. Maybe your dancer is here. Maybe you start to hinge forward and kick the foot back. Again, depending on the quadricep, will depend on how deep you can go into this, depending on the shoulder flexibility. Breathe. Your ability to focus is your ability to balance. 1 more breath. Come back up through standing, take Vrikasana, tree pose. Foot comes to the ankle, calf, or thigh. If you fall, pick yourself back up, get into the practice. We don't want to lean into that standing hip, so press into one another and lift up. You're almost gripping the mat with the toes or the balls of the feet at least. Draw the belly in, knee is out, soft shoulder, soft jaw. Deep focus. 1 more. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. As you exhale, left arm wraps under the right. So you can just give yourself a hug if super tight shoulders, or maybe the palms can come back to one another. Eagle arms. Eagle legs, drop that left leg over the right, sit down. Notice how the butt wants to shoot to the left and the knees to the right. Align that, square it off. 2 more breaths, deep inhale. Nice, guys. One more breath. Can we keep our hands bound and come back through warrior three? We don't know until we try. Right? Keep the up dog chest. Keep lengthening with the fingers reaching forward. Crescent lunge, can we keep the arms bound and just take a little back extension with eagle arms? Breathe. Good. Release the hands up overhead, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Left hand's going to come down to the mat. Root your left hand into the mat. Take your side plank, Vashisthasana, open up towards the right. Maybe you hook the big toe. Maybe you lengthen. Maybe you work the IT stretch. Breathe. Good. Draw the belly and lift the hips. Find your focus. Find your breath. One more. All right. Lift that top leg. Swing it back around. Low lunge. Drop the back knee down. 3 breaths. Hands can frame the front foot with support or start to lift up if it doesn't bother the back knee. Soften the shoulders. Draw the ribs in. 2 breaths. One breath. Bring the hands down if they're not already. Straighten the front leg, fold over it, work the hamstring stretch. 3 breaths. So the deeper the breath, the more prana, the more energy you're going to be able to move, the more space you'll be able to create. It's not about forcing yourself into a position. And that can be applied off of our mat. What are you trying to force right now to fit in the picture that you want? Try to let go. Try to release. Accept, honor the space of here and now without any expectations or baggage from the past. All right, inhale, rebend the front leg and start to shimmy both legs opposite direction for Hanumanasana splits. Doesn't matter what your splits look like. As long as you're extending opposite direction with the legs, you're moving into splits. Legs can be bent. You can have 1 block, 20 blocks, pillows, whatever it is that assists you. And then once you're there, how much can you let go within there? Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, relax your thoughts around it. Just breathe. Slowly working our way from yin, from yang to yin. I'm gonna go back to a little yang, but we're getting there. 3 more breaths. When you feel the tendency to run, see if you can go deeper in the prana, deeper in the energy, deeper in the breath. 1 more. So it helps to bring the hands next to you and start to lift up so you can bend the front leg and then make your way into down dog, however you want to get there. Doesn't have to be pretty. This has to be purposeful. All right, take a breath there, in through the nose. Out of the nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose. Inhale, high. Left knee, left tricep, shift forward, hold or fly for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale up, nice job, guys. Exhale, knee to nose, bring it out. Inhale up, left knee opposite tricep, right tricep, holding it, flying it. You choose. 3, 2, 1. Fallen triangle, extend the leg out, open up. Be mindful of that left shoulder, right? Good, 1 more breath. Both hands come down, option to push up or 3-legged down dog with the left leg up. Bend the leg, drop the foot, lift the knee. You stay there or you flip your dog. 3 breaths, rooting to rise. Think of opening, expanding through the front. 2 breaths. 1 breath, down dog, child's pose, dolphin pose. 3 breaths, deep inhale. Deep inhale. One more, deep inhale. Woo. All right, come back, downward facing dog. Same leg, left leg comes up. Bring it through, crescent lunge. Mr. Miyagi. The back heels up. Again, everything's squared to the front. Neutralize those hips though. We don't want banana back. Interlace the hands behind the back. Draw the arms, lift the chest, open up. You choose how you want to get there and what you want to do with the arms. Warrior 3. Slight up dog chest. I wish I could make you somebody else. Lengthen through the spine. One more breath. Pendulum up, standing stack. Release the hands. Whole sit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dancer pose. Reach behind, grab the foot. Remember, you can stay here for dancer if you want. Hinge forward, kick the foot back and up. Keep rooting through that standing big toe. Kick and open. One more breath. Tree pose. Take your time. If you fall, come back up. Helps to find something in front of you, not moving. Pressing the foot and the thigh into one another. Knee is open. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Find that concentration, guys. Inhale the arms up. Eagle arm, right arm under left. Eagle legs, right leg drops over left. Squeeze those legs together. Draw the sit bones down, the hip points up. 1 more breath. Keep the hands as if that's available to you. If not, release. Warrior 3. Crescent lunge. Take a back extension if it's in the practice. Release the hands. Right arm comes down. Revolve crescent. Side plank, however you want to get there. Maybe you hook the big toe. Maybe you stay in the stretch. Good, breathe. 1 more breath. All right, lift that top leg. It helps to lift it and kind of swing it forward back into that low lunge. Release the back knee. And it's just 3 breaths here. So maybe the hands stay framing the front foot, knee is stacked on the ankle, or the arms are going to come up. Good, breathe. 2 more. One more breath here. All right, bring the hands to the mat. Straighten the front leg as you hinge forward, fold over it. Notice where your breath is. 1 more. All right, next inhale, start to move forward. So rebend the front leg, coming into Hanumanasana. It's about 6 or 7 breaths, just so you guys have a better gauge of it. Don't try to rush the breath because that doesn't speed up time. The breath is relevant to the teacher, really. So maybe you have 10 breaths in it, or 2 in. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Now 3 more. 2. 1 more breath. All right, bring the hands next to you. See if you can start to rebend the front leg and come back into down dog. Lose my mind. Take a breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank pose. Exhale, low. Inhale, up dog, pause, open up. Exhale, child's pose, knees wide. Come back to that sense of peace, right? So come back to your intention. That helps cultivate peace, stillness. Come back to sharpening, focusing the mind on prana, your breath, on manifesting your thoughts. And then we'll go ahead and lift up, come into Virasana, which is hero pose. So you'll want to separate the feet wide enough that your butt can fit between them. Lots of options here, sitting on blocks if you have tight quads or tight knees, extending one leg out in front. And I'll give the halfway point. So we are getting into yin. There is a longer hold with the yin. So you can stay upright, seated, or you can start to walk the hands back. And if you kind of look around, you can see all the different variations that you can take, and then bring your eyes back onto your mat, close the eyes, and go inward. Maybe it's in the gutter. So try to keep pressing the knees into the earth. It stabilizes, it's more safe. Your V is full of vendetta. And breathe. Notice if anything's happened in the jaw, soften through it. Two more breaths will bring us halfway. Notice any attachment in the mind that caused the reaction. And how we start to move through these reactive behaviors or patterns is to acknowledge them first, to become aware of them. Come into the other side, or we're halfway. So either one. So roughly, again, about 6-7 breaths. So breathe. So even if we've labeled something as hard or challenging, or even a little child temper tantrum and us, I don't want to do this. We don't have to give in to that. We can notice and acknowledge that that's where our thoughts are. And then can we create a different kind of pathway in the brain? Can we say, I can do this, I'm going to sit with it first. I'm going to breathe into it. I'm going to observe it a little bit more. And then if it elevates or gets to a point of painful, then we back out of it. That's not safe. That's not healthy. That's not honoring our higher self. So this is the tools or the key of the physical practice. And remember, the most tangible part of ourselves is the physical body. Especially in this society, it's what we're most attached to. My yogis want you to detach. So acknowledge the attachments, and then start to surrender into them. 2 more breaths. Nice focus, guys. 1 more breath. Use your hands, support yourself as you come up. Slowly, mindfully, breathing. And then just however you can, we'll bring the legs around front. You'll notice that feels really good, or stretching them behind you too. Maybe give the knees a little bit of love. Shake it out. And then we'll take Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, just hinge forward. There's no right or wrong here. So the feet can be up, more active. They can be displayed out to the side, more passive. You can use a block, a strap. Just fold over and release. Just a couple of breaths here. We'll take about 3 more. Two more. One more breath. Go ahead and lift the chest, open up towards your right, wide-legged forward fold. So super tight lower back, which usually means tight hamstrings. You can take it seated, you can use the block. How do you know if you need one of those? It's very hard to sit up tall with a straight spine. If you're kind of rounding and leaning back, I suggest the block. If that doesn't alleviate it, I suggest standing up. So go ahead and lengthen, hinge as much as you can, and then shift forward. Notice what happens with the feet. We don't want them to fall forward. So you want to externally rotate the hips. Good. Breathe. Think of leading with the heart. Relax the shoulders. And so for some of us, this is when our mind starts to go back on autopilot. Notice if that's where you are, and choose to give it something to focus on. Choose to count the breaths. Choose to repeat your mantra. Eventually, the more times you choose that, the less tools you need to be present. It becomes a state of awareness or a state of being versus a choice or a discipline or a practice that we're still using vital energy. We all have to start somewhere. For most of us, repeat that mantra, find your breath. Don't let the mind go any place but right here. 3 more breaths. 2. 1 more breath in the center. Tuck your hands over to the left. Option to keep the chest reaching down, or if you want to get more of a side body stretch, the right arm will reach up and over that left leg. Try not to collapse in the shoulders, so open up through the chest. Draw the ribs in. Plant that right hip or butt cheek down onto the mat. Nice. 1 more breath. Come through the center, around to the other side. Same thing, maybe the left arm up and over, both sit bones on the mat, draw the belly in. One more breath. Come back through your center, just 1 more breath. Exhaling. Come into frog pose, Mandukasana. So for frog, it can be intense on the knees. If you want to double your mat up, you can fold it hot dog style, which is long way, or hamburger style, short way. And then think of 90-degree angle. So naturally the feet want to come in. Try to keep your feet right in line with the knees, your knees right in line with your hips, almost like goal post with the legs. And then we have a tendency to kind of dump in the lower back. Can we draw the hips and ribs in, almost like you're in chair pose, you're trying to lengthen through the spine. That's a little bit harder to maintain and hold. Props help. And breathe. So shift your hips forward. Bring your arms down on the mat and come forward. Yeah, and then you've got super open hips, so come a little more forward. There we go. And then if you want to go deeper, you got to widen the legs versus sitting back. Does that make sense? Yeah, there you go. And eventually you'll come all the way flat. So breathe. Definitely a pose that can bring some stuff up. You know, what normally happens is we're thinking about something else, we're checked out, we're just here, physically, mentally, someplace else. And then the sensation gets so intense that it brings us, jolts us back into the moment. And we even notice that and breathe into it, or we notice it and come out. So the desire to run is real. We've probably done that most of our life. So notice it and see if you can sit with it. Do you need to come out of it right then and there? Maybe, I don't know. But you know. And then we start to identify all these limitations and these barriers and these thoughts that block us in the moment, in the now, from truly transpiring into our highest self or into our authentic self. But they're so deeply embedded that it takes pure consciousness to be aware of it. You know, science piggybacks this. They say that 90% of who we are, our personality, the way we speak, the way we act, the way we react, the way we interact, 90% of it comes from the subconscious mind, just programmed into us. 10%, such a small percentage. It's like the glacier that's 90% underwater and 10% high, above water. 10% we're conscious of why we're doing something, why we're responding the way we are, or even that we're responding a certain way. So the practice of meditation, which yoga adapts, is going deeper into that awareness and start to offset that percentage a little bit. Start to make conscious choices. They're not always the right one. We make the wrong one enough times until we learn the lesson. And then the right one comes. Comes with wisdom, comes with age, comes with lots of failures and lessons, tribulations, trials. You know, if life was always easy, we would learn nothing. We would be very naive. We would have a sense of entitlement. We're not entitled or guaranteed anything. So be grateful. So just about 3 to 4 more breaths. You can do it. I promise, if you think you can do it, you can do it. The moment you let that doubt slip in is the moment you start doubting yourself and trusting yourself. And reactions follow. One more breath. Nice focus, guys. Slowly come up and out. Last pose is of your choice. I do want to say, though, if you're going to come into like waterfall or shoulder stand and you're ready for Shavasana, just make sure your feet are facing the back wall. So there's pigeon, there's 90-90, there's shoelace, there's headstand, there's shoulder stand, there's shoulder stretch. You can't do that. You're crazy, baby. Hope you're not lonely. I disagree. So wherever you chose to go, commit to that space. Be present with that space. Hope you're not lonely. So if you're in shoulder stand, take plow. If you're in a pose, come into the other side. A couple more breaths. So a couple announcements. We do have a full moon ceremony on Monday, November 30th. It's here. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. It is a workshop, so it does cost extra, but it counts as 2 for the challenge if anybody is doing the challenge in here. And it's also a pretty cool experience. It's a different type of class. So you're learning, and then you're also practicing in class. And then we've got 2 retreats. I think there's 1 spot left in Jamaica, which is next week. And then a couple spots left for the Keys in April of next year. So I'm going to come around and pass out a cold cloth. We also have our Black Friday sale going on right now. So it's 25% off, 15% off of retail, 25% off of packages. And obviously those that have come all week, you guys know the other deal. You're welcome. So the cold cloth can go anywhere you want it. The head is a nice spot because it cools the body quickly. All right, so if you're still in a pose at home, go ahead and make your way into Shavasana. Everybody in the room is there. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Let's open our mouth. First time all class, sigh it out, let it go. Again, inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out, let it go. The next 2 breaths will hold. So inhale through the nose. Let's hold the breath. Take another sip of air in. Close the eyes if they're not already. Focus on the third eye, space between the brows. Bring the intention into the thoughts. And then open your mouth, let it go, let everything else go. One more like that. Inhale through the nose, inflate your belly, your lungs, your chest. Hold it at the top. One more sip in if you can. Open your mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Allow this space to be exactly what it is. Space for you to absorb in the now, to absorb your practice, to maintain the discipline of being here without the distractions of anything outside of you. No to-dos, no responsibilities, nobody needing you. Just a few moments of complete and utter solitude. Cultivating stillness within. Is your heart blocked? Are you experiencing a barricade you can't get around in a particular relationship? Forgiveness is a delicate, sometimes difficult subject, but once in a while, that's what we need to ask for. Part of being clear and one of our powers is the ability to identify and ask for what we need from others, from the universe, from God. We may be extremely skilled at identifying when we need more time with someone, more money, more attention, or a different type of communication. But as proficient as we may have become at asking for some of what we need, we may still find it difficult to ask for forgiveness. It is one thing to tell a person we're sorry. It is another to be intimate and bold enough to recognize the damage that comes when forgiveness hasn't occurred. Being unforgiven can block the kindest and warmest heart. It can destroy the most precious, beautiful, passionate, spiritual relationships. It can keep guilt lingering in the air. It can cause people to go away. Muster your forces. Prepare yourself if you must. And then take a risk. One of the greatest risks you'll be asked to take. Put your cards on the table. Say you're sorry. Say it from the heart. And then don't get defensive, ruffle your feathers, or get mad. Simply just ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness is not too much to ask for, if forgiveness is what you need. So yogis, yoginis, truly honor. Thank you for allowing me to guide you today on your practice. Take a moment just to say thank you for our teachers and their teachers who brought us this practice. And thank yourself. Say thank you, self, for showing up today for you. Regardless of what we feel our yoga practice is or why we step onto our mat, we can't help but acknowledge the shift and transformation and lightness that we feel after a practice. You co-created that. You brought that awareness and that stillness and that deeper connection into it. So thank yourself, and then do more than that and take this out into the world who so desperately needs all of it. And just share it by being you, by being true, by tapping into your higher self. When change begins here, now, with you. Namaste. Yeah, Lindsay, text me.
Talk to you or text you. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, you can text me.
Okay. Thank you, Jackie.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Jackie. Whoops, I'm not on.
You're welcome, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank
I hear you.
You feeling good?
I am.
Good.
Thank
Good,
you.
Good. You look beautiful. You look beautiful.
Thanks. Thanks. All right, you guys have a good day. Don't spend too much money.